get started. Welcome everyone. This is Sergeant's channel. Hope you are now enjoying the video. If you enjoyed, you hit the like button. I would like that along subscribe. So let's get started. In previous videos, we talked about the basic of gameplay and heroes, why they are good, why they are bad, what is the best couple of them to make combo power, all this stuff, and why their skills are different, what makes them good and what makes them bad at specific tasks, rally build, PvP build, peacekeeping build, PvE and the PvP, open field, what type of case each hero work by, all this stuff. Explain it carefully. So now let's talk about artifacts and war pits. Both are important because they can help you in your build of hero. War pits represent a specific change in luck if you are talking about how it works. For example, small changes but can be effective in your entire trade in the battlefield. More defensive iterations make your entire attack stronger and effective against the enemy. Critical rate, much more skill damage, and much more aggressive. Normal Legion buff, which is also good. Skill damage can be mediocre, but it is fair enough, very good. Shield, more tanky. Defensive stats, many types of stats. You can edit physical attack to inflict defensive break. As you can see, war pets also magic and physical. In general, there are no gathering war pet, and in general, also there is no specific rally build for them. All these war pets connecting to each other according to their specific jobs. You have flying war pet, can be applied in physical, can be applied in magic. What makes them good, what makes them bad? Let's find out. Let us have a moment to think. Am I doing good if I used specific build? The answer is yes. Can be effective like something that can change the equation in the battlefield? The answer is no. Can it help a lot in the battlefield? Indeed. Can it help in the trade and give you much more merits? Yes. Can it help in changing some tides in the war? The answer is no. It doesn't change much. But it improves your capability and the effectiveness of your war pit and your army by using these skills. You can edit specific ones and you can change them according to your best use. So let's go to here, creatures, and you will see many of them. Let's go to beasts. Here you can understand the war pit effect. This type, for example, it tells you it is cavalry. And if you don't understand, you can understand from the range, near. Cavalry is near range, not medium like archer, not far like magic. 6 stacks. Much more powerful. One strong wave. All of these are good. Now let's see how it applies later on. Can understand the damage factor here. In here, you don't understand the damage factor. Why? Because it is job is stake grants 1 stake of face mark, inflicting cardinals grants extra 2 stacks. Average skill, dealing damage to target. So basically it amplify your rage amplifier. And here you can understand why they are useful. What is the recommended skills? Why they are recommended? Well, let's find out now. But at the start, I am making simple basic knowledge. Some of them will give you buffs. Some of them will give you skills, which is something you must think carefully about when you start building a war pit. Magic. So this, at its start off, deals up to damage to 1 legion. 30. Shadow. 22. But here is also captive legions deal more damage to target with captive duration 2. So basically, if you are in a support situation, you want to help your allies to make much more damage, this would be a grand boost to many. It is effective if you are using a hero with splash damage, like Wilder, Villain, Layla, like them. Let's start from here. Also, as you can see, Neve, Cavalry, what it gives you 35 physical attack, rage, speed accumulation, which is very good if you are thinking about it. Here, 4% physical attack legion, good buffer. Whom can work with it if you remember from the heroes video? Gorsh, he gives large buffs. This gives large buffs. Defense break, that's a good. But here is a catch. It tells you medium range. Can it be useful for archery? Of course. Can you use the same war pit for infantry? The answer is yes. Why? Melee range, near range, medium range, all apply the skill. The skill doesn't need you to be in medium, but it tells you its maximum range to apply it is medium. So think carefully about your build. So someone tell you it's maximum, you're using it wrong. No. The Legion attack buff works. And the defense break will also work. Means you will apply way more damage than you think. And also, who else work with this skill? If you are talking about archery, you have Neko, because he gives you defense break. So defense break plus defense break, you have a more stacked defense break, deals critical insane amount of damage. Or you can use it with Syndrome, or you can use it with Fifara. What about Kinao? Kinao won't be that much. So you have three heroes can make you strong with this. And like I said, it doesn't change much, but it apply a good fight. It gives you much better capability at war. You are not weak compared to others. The superiority of technology they might have over you, like you are fighting against a player who is stronger than you by 20 million in power. This stuff close but not make it very tight. It help you to perform better. That is the rule of Warped. Its effectiveness you can say like 5%, and that is the peak. It won't be much more than that. If it can be much more than that, it will be far better. But you have to be careful because these five can be very useful if you are using them right. Like I said, here, single target. Here, best support. Here, rage. Rage can be very helpful when you are using a rally. As a rally build, this will be very, very useful. And if you max it, if you get 3 stars from it, this will be way better than you can imagine. Because 5% rage accumulation is insane. Because think about it. Let's say you have Emirs and you have this. You will always hit the skill damage, and the skill damage of Emirs at the start is 1500. Imagine you are using all the time for every 4 seconds, because now it is very, very short. Every 4 seconds you will apply the skill. That changes the equation for you compared to the enemy. So think carefully about your build. It doesn't mean it should be used like this way, but I am telling you it can be used like this way. Because after all this, the range of a rally always melee. There is no ranged rally. Ranged rally if you are attacking the rally in the open field. But the main purpose of the rally always melee, combat. Whether you are using a magic rally, whether you are using archer rally, infantry, cavalry, all of them will be applied in melee combat. Because they will hit the city, they will hit the wall, they will hit X. Which will make this useful at melee matters or cavalry matters. Will it be useful if you are using it in archer? It can't be useful at archer because archer medium range. This skill won't be charged because you are using it in far limit range attack. So make sure you are using it right. Face attack, super face attack. If you watch it here, you won't see them because it's magic. But look at here. When I am talking about physical, you will see them applied again. Does that mean you must own it every time? The answer is no. But is it good? It's always good. Can you have much better build? Yes, it's custom. But at the end of the day, they tell you it is recommended. Why it is recommended? Because it can give you good abilities. For example, Chain Strike, 50% chance to deal additional damage when dealing physical normal attack damage. Gauche will be very happy with such a boost. Because at the end of the day, Gauche apply insane stat build of attack damage. So you have that which will help you very good. Now let's go here. We ended with this wrist, but here 4% physical damage. Now let's go to the knight. Walk, ravage, critical weight, medium, critical weight. Once I hear critical weight normal attack, I automatically think about two heroes, Sindon and Pfefferger. Critical weight boosted to 100% will be insane. As much as you can keep it closer to 100%, you are making grand progress. And it lasts for 7 seconds. That buff alone will help you much more. I am applying it for early. More chances, less rounds of normal attack. It will always be critical damage, critical damage, critical damage. You are nuking your enemy at this rate. So think careful about your build when you are making this. It, like I said, 5%, because at the end of the day it is not even 1%. But if you maxed the hero, if you maxed the Wopet, because you have to understand, Wopets doesn't work this way. Wopets work in buff way. They need levels. And once you make them go strong, look here, it is 49. This is the total buff I get. So this attribute, multiply it with the level. Now think about here, it becomes like this. Why? It applied by intelligence. Formula attribute value. Base value plus growth rate, Wopet minus 1. That is how this skill becomes this strong. This skill get buffed. This skill get buffed from 0.4 to 0.7. Why? That can be insane. So you must carefully upgrade your Wopet if you are working on making it worse the tip. Because at the end of the day, look here, 30%. All this buffed, damage buffed, critical damage buffed, critical weight, counter attack damage buffed, even defense. I am using the shield skill buffed. Here, here, 10% more. How it was in the before. Why? High level. As long as your Wopet is in high level, it will help you generally in stacking up what you want. Look here, damage factor marked in this. It must be 3. 3 multiplied in this, and that is the damage I get. Why? Because my level is too low, 19. If it is big like the others, it will be high. Counter strike, I'm having double the damage, more damage. I boost this to its extreme. So let's return again. Wopet, useful indeed. 5% is your best bet, but also not the worst. Not the worst. The worst bet will be 2% more effectiveness. 5% will be your good. If you are having like a well built, 10%, 20% will be expected. Why? I give in magic damage 113, and that is because I made it by luck. Hard work for 3 seasons, trying to make up this. First wave, shield, infantry build, rally build, it will be excellent. No matter the rally. Why? Shield works general. Type physical. What does that mean? When your legion got a shield. gains a shield. Your war pit gains primitive strike, 40% to deal additional damage. To deal damage to the target legion upon being hit by a normal attack for 5 seconds. So every time you get a hit by normal attack, 40% shield effect increase. Useful. And something to be better, of course. I'm using gold. Straight up matter. I'm using gold. I wanted to tank more in the behemoth. Excellent build. And the choice. It gains HP bonus for 5 seconds. Vigor effect by 0.165. Not that big deal. But take a look here. Take a look. Of it. In my other account. Let's take a look. It increased 5 seconds. I have another extra healing effect. If I am using this in gold, imagine how much effectiveness I am talking about. Healing stack up. Shield don't. So this of course will give you the best ability and attack damage. Here, counter strike. I'm here also having counter strike. Now take a look about the two effectiveness. I made a build. I used counter strike with this. Was it recommended in the other? Now let's compare. Recommended skills. I am checking recommended skills. Night walk, golden walk. Now let's go to the walk. Do you see any counter strike? No. I'm here having better counter strike. Now question. Will this be effective? Yes. This plus this. High boost to counter strike. Quicking. Counter attack. Counter attack. So at the end of the day, it is useful. This plus this make it useful. Valuable, perfect valuable. Also this valuable. But walk is need is gathering. Can it use it in infantry? Yes, because range from melee to knee. You have to read it this way. Physical, that is the keyword you are searching for. Physical, unless the game make a extra race, let's say a fourth race, fifth race, that infantry contain magic, this will be very useful for your entire infantry, for your entire cavalry, but not for your archery maximum. 60 counter strike. Well built, well built. Every time I make rage. Now let's talk about it. Why it is useful. Let's apply it in here. Gauche. Gauche. 50% attack bonus. Apply into the skill. Apply to the skill. Fondle. 1000. Automatically. Now let's talk about here. And you have to understand, it's winged. That is why I recommend for all people who want to have a good build in archery, cavalry, Magic, always pick the wow pit that had flying ability, because wow pits will stick with you all time. It's best fun to play, spend them, even the whale, to look carefully about the weapons he will pick. Flying, used in all cases, not anyone else. So make sure you have flying weapon so you can use it. Flying weapon, it's near, but it can be used in Valley. It can be used in Garrison, but can't be used in our open field. But if you have Archer open field weapon type, you can apply it also in Garrison. You can apply it also in Valley. You can apply it also in melee. From melee to medium is much better range. But at the end of the day, the build itself tells you it can be much more useful if you focus it on specific target. So make sure you have the right choice all time. If I use this here in Valley, it will make me gain much more wins. Because you have to understand, counter attack damage in Archer, which had the strongest DPS in all units. If you watched the previous videos, you will understand carefully how insane the damage will become. If you apply it in Rally, Wish accumulation, much deadlier skill damage effect. You have to understand that too. 1400, something not to underestimate. And when you are using that in base attack like Archer, this is an insane amount of skill damage we are talking about compared to the rest. Because the only one who can be compared to it in Rally is Cavalry. Because Cavalry deals strong damage, but at the end of the day, both apply in melee combat. Because Rally will be used in melee. Rally at the end of the day will clash with the target in melee. It won't be clash in melee, it will have counter attack, insane counter attack, and normal attack. It will stop and fight back at open field only. And you don't want to rely on that all time because you want to give the insane amount of damage. It can help, but not the perfect help, because at the end of the day, any rally except the value of infantry won't give you high counter attack damage. Why? Because the value of counter attack damage will use specific weapons, which is what we don't want to avoid here. How counter attack and normal attack work? Normal attack is when you are attacking the target, while counter attack is the damage received on the target if he attacked you. And that is the normal case. That, like, for example, if the normal damage was 600, counter attack damage will be the same amount, exact amount. If he is attacking you and you are passing, not attacking him, he will receive 600. If you started attacking him while you are passing, you stopped and started to attack him, 1200. That is how it works. So counter attack damage won't be working here. Why? Because this skill to activate, and this skill to activate, it requires you to be melee. That is why it must be effective in this way. Unless you are targeting the target, it won't work that much. Unless you are clashing with the target in close range, it won't work. So all time, think carefully about how to utilize your warp. Same for healing and same for rest. Wish accumulation. If you are assaulting by cavalry, flying cavalry, or ground cavalry with specific artifact, you will jump and apply critical damage. but also will be applying heavy assault all time, which is good. Here, first attack. Look at the damage. All the skill damage of small ones, but it is good for wild dog. He gives you 800 at awakened state. Now it become 900. That is nice. So basically it is a small upgrade, but not the critical. Here comes the critical part. The most important part of all time. Artifact. Why artifacts are critical? Why it is bad investment and why it is good? Why it is the most gambling one in the game? All these answers will be targeted here. You think carefully. All it takes to get a key is to sacrifice 2 artifacts from Epic. From this, 10 artifacts. From this, 50 artifacts. 50. This is 10, 12. 12 artifacts to get the 200 that you need to buy a 1. 2 from this to buy a 1. At the end of the day, this is how it costs. Too expensive, yet it is critical and important. Why? Now let's get started. Value build, hero build at marshes of open field, sneaking, attacking, assaulting, defending, and above all, helping your friends, buffing them, shielding them, healing them, all this stuff. Mass damage, splash damage, all this stuff represent 50% of your power. Because each one will help you in a way. And each way is critical, important to understand why you are needing it and why you don't need it. So let's get started. Spring, bird, feather. At maximum state. Again, this insane amount of motion speed. Useful, useful. At the lowest state, you will gain this skill buff. And you can max it well. But this will be the buff you give to your friends. 10 surrounding will gain haste for 10 seconds. Martial speed 25%, Friendly Legion 16%. If I max it this 48%, that means I am way fast than anyone else. I can dodge easily. I can help my friends to escape from the enemy. I retreat. I can march fast and help people to reinforce fast in the front line. So my front line friends in Alliance War don't retreat easily. Don't get away. All this stuff is critical. Mobility is something important when you are in war state. Is it useful? Yes. Is it that useful? No. At the end of the day, after you rush to the enemy, this will be useless. And the only useful state 70%, minus 5% plus 5%. You want to get damage by 5%. You will give high damage by 5%. Your Legion HP, less hospital. Again, less hospital, 17%. All this seems useful. But support. So let's say I have very bad cavalry march building. This will be very helpful for it. Because at the end of the day, I don't want it to use a front line. I want to help my people to go faster. That is how it works, which will make sense. Storm, I can travel between people, pass rivers, heavy assault, sneaking attack. I can escape also, tactical retreat. All these in one artifact. Use range can be expanded. I can deal more damage. This is my entire stat buff. This will be useful. Is it the very useful one? No. Why? At the end of the day, I have high attack. I have good tanking ability if I maxed it out. But who said I have strong attacking force? My cavalry is bad. This will be a nightmare to use. Kingslayer. Cavalry also. Attack. It gives insane amount of damage. Attacking skill. Legions belonging to other lords will have less with less than 10 units. 10% units remaining will be immediately defeated. That means you are helping all your friends with this one. Insane amount of damage. 40%, 22% attack. 62%. If someone look at this stats will say, this is not fair. Look at this build, look at this build. This doesn't make sense. Why this is less by 9% stat from the other? Well, look carefully. This is HP. And this is march speed. Look at here. 62%. Look at here. 62%. Because it's attack. This is the attack. Phoenix Eye. 62. 62. Because I have it. I own it. So in general, it doesn't matter which type of artifact you will have. You will have the exact amount of a stat build according to the type of stat buff you are receiving from the artifact. High Assault, if I am using Celestials, which is a flying unit of magic that gives you the best attacking state of damage. This will be good. 4000 splash damage. Fang. Why Fang? For me and for many players who played the game and become veteran, always use this artifact in many cases. Well, the answer is simple. This can be used in rally because it is Legion buff. What is the difference between Legion buff and specific type? Specific type can be used in all cases. Can't be used in all cases. I will use 40% buff because if I used Archer, because I used Magic Unit, because I used Infantry. So this what makes this bad. One of the negativity of artifact when it is not general, because it tells you if you are using it in any other way, if you invested in this artifact very heavy and you are not applying it in any other way, you're going to lose. So Phoenix Eye, yes, it is a good artifact, one of the best artifacts. Is it recommended to have it? As you wish. But is it good? No. Why? You have the orb, you have much more advanced ones. Good for splash damage. Don't mistake me. 5 enemies. 4000. 4000 each. No. Each legion takes 15 less damage up to a maximum of 50%. That means if I am having it in primary, this is 1000 to everyone. 4000 4,000 skill damage is what I will apply to 4 enemies. 8,000 skill damage to 4 enemies, but this is 5. That means 5 enemies means 10,000 skill damage in mass. That is your peak damage. Good, good trade. Bad, it can be bad also. Some people won't like that. But 5 people, each one of them receive 2,000 skill damage, will be very, very good support and a very good trade for you at the same time. Can't be used in rally. Only when you are in open field war. Which is also the negativity of artifact. You have to think carefully about the artifact you are using. If you are using a PvP in rally state, this will be the only thing you will gain. The buff. State buff. Nothing else. State buff. State buff. State buff. State buff. What about rally? I want to have something useful for rally. Because I don't want to stay up all time and do nothing. You have the banner. Useful. Can have another one. Can have another one. This is Garrison. It will give you the stats. It will give you buffs. So yes, they are useful, but not that critical. Not that critical. You will gain these buffs, but at magic state. So everything ahead it's down and it's up. So you must think carefully about the magic. You have to think carefully about what you are using as artifact. Now let's sit back again. This time. To understand more. All of these had its own history. So you must think carefully about them. Some of them can help you in the job, because think carefully. Why I said this, the rally, all things by artifact 50% efficiency, because all the cases you are using in the artifact will help you and along the build. Because here, if I am having heavy assault by this beast, warp it. If I'm having from this beast this buff, a good synergy between it and artifact, like I am using here. So I have attack buff. I have a warp it that gives me attack buff and will deal physical damage based on that, along 30% chance to inflict defense break. From this in general, you just collected a much better use for your skill damage, for your archer, highest DPS in the game, much better effectiveness in the combat. Lots of things happened because of one selection you made carefully. So yes, it helps me. Look at my trade. So at the end of the day, I gained this buff and I am winning. Winning a lot. Because I made the right build. So make sure you are having the right build, because a hero alone, without understanding to how to use him, will be bad. I have 15% skill damage, plus 15%. I have magic attack buff, attack 20% less, speed 20% less, Legion attack buff, Legion defense penetration, critical rate, defense, that defense plus this defense, plus talent, plus talent, the keyword talent defense. All these will make a magic much more tanky to apply higher DPS in the game. So in open battlefield, I gain higher threat, and that is normal. Let's go here. 20,000, 10,000, 12k, 7k, lowest rate. Are there much better victories I made? Yes, there are. Are they useful? No, not anymore. All these threats, not that useful. And some can be useful. Up to you. Up to you to choose. You can make much more attacking skill. You can make much less attacking skill. Effectiveness. Because you choose something not right. Training them. Let's go to the most weirdest and strange thing about the game. Warpits are abnormal in build, and also abnormal in applying. Strategy. For example, let's take this. It's supposed to be 30. Higher attack. Durability of attack. And making very, very strong buff build. Heave, heave. Let's go heave again. Down to this. Strong shield. This is useless. Can be buffed a little, but not that strong. 26. Not that strong either. It gives you small push. Not the strongest. Like I said, it moves the needle, but not beyond that. If I use this, waste it. How to upgrade them? You can either sacrifice a skill you don't want, and like that. Then you can add it a skill you want. A buff you wish. So let's go here. I want something stronger. If I use this, critical damage, physical counter attack, waste it. But if I use this, now as you see, I have very, very strong build that rely on the attack capability. I lower the attack of the enemy. I give higher buff to my troop. I lower the defense of my enemy, giving a higher attack. Endurance. Endurance skill. Now let's go to luck. High luck. physical iteration, stress, high stress. So endurance factor apply to three of my things, while here it's a bit intelligence, intelligence. And like that you gain your buffs. So make sure you are building the right build. You don't want to waste it. Trust me, you don't want to waste it. So if I use this, I am wasting this ability, which could help me gaining a tanky rally. Make sure you're building your warped right. And like that you can understand the others too. Let's back to artifacts, because artifacts are not small deal. I am here to explain to you why artifacts are important and why also you should focus on everyone and everything. Warpeds critical, and that is the main topic. I explained now why they are useful, but I am telling you how to apply them because a wrong artifact, stat buff, a wrong warped build, instead of giving you 55% effectiveness plus, it will be negative 55%. Health, good, it's good. Is it very important in the game? Actually, no. It's important because you wanted to save elixir. You want to save resources in healing. By passing the time, healing and resources become completely useless to you. Because at the end of the day, if you are T5, which many people are, 5 seasons, Lost Builders become fully T5 now, in many cases. You have to focus on many aspects. All this consume resources. I am finishing this now. If I finish it all this, and the before, and this, I will have millions stock up and I won't be in a very good mood to enjoy not spending them all. It will be something making me angry. So make sure you understand what you are doing, because that is the most important part. Building Rally. I want something good for Rally. Look at your hero. Your hero tells you what type of bits can work on. I can gain strong buff from here. I can gain stronger buff from here. I can gain stronger Rally build from here too. Yes, it's near range, but I can gain strong buff. Not for magic, but for here. Undoubtedly good. So make sure you understand what you need. Because let's say, for example, I have Eliana, I have Madeline. Madeline using shield. First thing you must understand about shield build, shield build will last for 4 seconds. I have a warped that gives me the ability to shorten my hero wish skill from 5 seconds to 4 seconds. Now tell me why I wouldn't apply it to Madeline. Madeline, infantry build, wish skill, accumulation, good synergy. I am defending the city. Good synergy. I'm using it in a rally. Good synergy. Many cases, not one case. So think carefully about how to apply your weapon. Yes, it tells you it is carefully built, but who said it is carefully fully? Carefully is physical damage. Madin doesn't have the physical damage. It gives you ability to get more physical attack, but it gives you shield. God Cavison. called tank. So make sure you understand your stats. Let's say I am using shield artifact, best artifact to buff shield defense. So if I have the Fang on Madeline, I am winning. Shield plus defense stat buff, extra shield stat skill apply. Also, wish accumulation, much more synergy to gain higher skill effectiveness. So all time, high defense, high defense, high defense. I am dealing high damage, and the enemy can't give me the high damage he used to apply at the first round. Like the synergy between gold, healing abilities, and Eliana. Eliana, 500 defense. Gold gives you healing, heal, defense, much more longer, and much more stud accumulation you gain each round. 30% less normal attack damage. Defense 5 seconds, 30%. Synergy defense 20%, healing 30%. Now let's go here. 20% attack, more capacity. When you heal, more units to heal, but also more capacity means larger amount in your army will increase, makes higher damage, high effectiveness. HP buff, Garwood will be happy with this. 7.5% skill boost at healing. Counter attack 15%. Skill damage factor 300. Every time the blade shield work. Let's blade. Blessed blade shield work. Give you damage. Damage taken 10, minus 10%. All this gives you the synergy you need to understand. So yes, golden work is for cavalry, but you have way better accumulation and better use at Madeline. You have way better use at Garwood, because Garwood is PvE and you are attacking a behemoth. You will have extra health all time, extra healing, rage accumulation, rage accumulation, rage accumulation, keeping your units at full all time. So it is good. So it has dual ability. Rage accumulation can be used so you can add more stat defense in your hero, like Madeline, and you can gain much more healing in PvE. You can buff also Eliana, because Eliana will give you all type shield every 5 seconds duration. You are making rage every 4 seconds, because golden work applies that to you. Not only that, think carefully about what I am going to tell you. Valley belt, shield in valley all time, every 4 seconds. Rage accumulation, that is a custom, making it more deadly. Counter attack damage, build, counter attack, counter attack plus. All this will make you strong. I don't want that. I want magic buff. 82%, 100, much more deadly. So if I am using a war pit, I must understand the needs of it. And as I mentioned here, in multiple ways, in all possibilities. This is the best way to win. And as you can see, we have extra events here. Hope you guys will enjoy the game as well as I. This is the end of the season. But anyway, it won't matter much. But like I said, now here comes the final investment. How do I invest in my orbit? How do I invest in my artifact to make it the best use? Synergy of orbit and artifact, I just explained it. Stat buff, by example, like the Veg accumulation, like Goud, Defense, the Fang, and many other things. Phoenix Eye, how to apply much more deadly strikes with Celestials. All these explained. Now come to the final investment. How do I invest in my own pet right? First thing, think carefully. How many case scenarios you want to use the skill? The Opet had skill, and you must always target the Opet that contain the skill you want. Because if you target wrong one, you will just better kick him out and use his dust. High damage, single target. Arrogance. Let's go to the Opet that contain arrogance. In my other place. Let's open this first. Now let's go to this. How many damage it gave? 18. 18 skill damage factor multiplied in the stack. Maximum is 9. Maximum is 9 stack. 9 multiplied in this number is your final damage. Useful, useful. Edge accommodation will always be better. Now here comes to this. I don't have a skill. This is useful, still useful. Why? The Opet who doesn't have skill work as a stat buffer. And I don't want anything from this Opet except the stats. But if I use this, I am gaining wins. If I'm using this, I am getting much better wins. Well built, this is the best. Why? But you said range accumulation is better. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But I am having critical damage, critical weight, physical counter attack, leisure defense, shield. Can I use this on this if it managed to happen? I made this build on this will be far better. Why? What leg here is what he is here. All this plus range accumulation will be insane valuable. And maybe, but valuable will be the best. So let's go here. I have range skill, critical weight, damage. I don't have any skills wasted. I have healing. God will be happy. healing. God will be happy. God Eliana, with this will be much for good. 10% shield. All this speak on itself. Doesn't need much. This more skills, but here. Legion bypass HP. 1%. Defensive penetration. Synergy alone. Legion attack. Synergy. Defense, not synergy. What's this? Synergy. Why? I am applying damage to an enemy, bleeding him out by 1 extra percent in damage to his health, because his stat is lower, means a extra hospital. All this, according to each other, makes synergy. Is Can there be something much far better? Yes, indeed. Don't take it wrong. All these variables at the start of Warpits. When Warpits came out, this was the excellent thing you can get afford. All these after seasons. So this is much better build. This is much better build once I start building it. Which comes to the point, investment. Invest as long as you have the skill you wanted to make the build. Golden Oak is shining. Someone will say the new Opet is amazing. I disagree. Opets useful as long as you utilize their combat power to maximum. I want Hero X that I will invest on. I have 6 seasons to use each hero after the new hero came out. So let's say the new heroes that came out were infantry. I have 6 seasons of infantry use. Then I will put the new heroes on shelf. I have the same thing to apply on magic. I have the same thing to apply on all of others. So make sure you are using the right investment by having the right Wobit. Wobit will give you 5% boost, but look at this. 5% boost, I made full damage apply. If I am having Esios, Esios gives me 800 one target skill damage. 60% range. That is a good synergy. Along whom? Not. Not. Synergy between the two is high. High damage. Now let's apply the Warpit. If I apply this Warpit with a single attack damage, skill damage to him, I have now 900. With 60% range makes me give higher attack all time. And I'm using the Phoenix instead of the tier of Album. Instead of defense, I applied all the offenses. And since I am using Esios, which is Flying Gunnet, I apply Celestials. I will have the peak of damage on my side for magic. The peak offense. Do you get it? Peak offense. So, let's learn it. Don't invest wrong. Invest right. Winged unit having skill Warpit that can apply a good damage will always be useful. Other than that, it is useless. Why? All this I said about completely useless when you are fighting a behemoth. Why fighting behemoths are completely bad idea. First of all, skill damage applied is less than 100, 200. How much do you apply by using your archer? the accumulation will be barely boosted because the defense of the behemoths, that boost will be completely useless. You have to understand that. Attack damage will be very low, and you won't be able to use a proper skill damage. So a buff, self-buff unit will be much more useful. For example, in Magic, we want a buffer. This useless. Less attack and any debuff will be wasted. What about this? What about this? Good skill damages. Wasted. Because it means unless you are hitting the target and you are tanking, it won't be used. Not magic. Not magic. Let's go to Lizard. Ezio Legion. Passive skill. It means all time. It doesn't have reach. It will accumulate by itself and will give you the heal. Is up to up 4 of nearby legions every 6 seconds. 16. What does that mean? It means I am mass healing. I am working mass healing artifact. If I am using the Tear of Urban, this will be a good synergy between the two. High shield, high HP, high healing. Healing and defense always best defense with each other. You want to make a good synergy, utilize how to make the two apply to each other. Tear of Urban, which gives you the healing ability, gives you defense stats. Defense stats plus healing means less damage, not wasted healing. You have now more healing all time with defense stats. More healing apply, more defense, more damage less taken, more damage you can apply by time passing. Tempest 29, 30 to 29. You can make the other much better, and there's nothing extra. There is that. Whenever a hero is about to cast Rage skill, you repeat summon Orb, Ice Orb. These continuous damage to one nearby legion. 7 points. Martial speed debuff. Wasted in Behemoth. Not even a second thought. 2.5% more damage. Not that good. Hit more the enemy legions. Splash damage. Useful, but not. So let's say you are hitting 2 now. I hit 2 enemies. It's good, but still wasted. One single target, Behemoth, not useful. So all these will give you the high damage you want. Heave, physical attack. So in all terms, Saphir is your best bet if you want to apply critical strong damage in Magic. For one target. Flying can be used in all cases of Magic. One target. Very strike. Not for behemoths, but give good support. Not for behemoths, but give high good support. Good value. Value. In this stat, splash damage will be very good. And motion speed reduction. Damaged legions are frozen. Martial legion. And you have to understand frozen, which hero gives you damage if you are freezing your enemy out. Which one will give you the synergy of the freeze? Let's say he freezing. Oh look, it's villain shining every time they get frozen. So if you are freezing your enemy, 400 damage. Warbit gives you extra 400 damage. Now this is the synergy I'm talking about. 800 damage. That is your gain from one cycle. High attack boost. Take a look about it. Think about it. And you have the reports to check out my words when you are playing against Darkling or something. Because Darkling gets a bit debuffs too. So aside from this, only two are useful the most. Bad side, yes, it is ground unit. You won't be able to attack in open field freely, like how it used to be. Sand Lizard, healing all time. Overall, like I said, you can use it for magic, you can use it for any type. Tanking with it would be useful, don't get me wrong, but you prefer to be far away and give damage all time. Because at this moment you are helping, supporting everyone around you with just this. Like, take it for example, like 50 healing, 50 unit to be healed from every friend around you, 4 friends. That is good. You're helping out. And this is the end of war pets. Artifacts on the other side. Synergy. I said before. Now let's go to the types of artifacts. Artifacts like war pets can be support, can be heal, shield, gives you all the skills. And explain carefully each skill what can give you. Buffs, debuffs. But here, peacekeeping. Don't use it in PvP battle. Peacekeeping buffs, attack damage, all this stuff will be wasted. Like for example, wasted. Another example, some things can be wasted. Shield. Yes, you have 2100, but it's PvP. Wasted. Anything against Darkling will be useful. But this will be wasted if you are fighting in open field. So don't work too much on it. This artifact, are they useful or are they bad? If you max with this, it will be useful if you don't have the potion of Vega, which is the best building artifact. Gathering, I maxed it out. I didn't. I maxed it out. Am I winning? Yes. Why I am winning? Simply, I gain much speed. Wait, I don't gain much speed. I gain Legion Cap. Less cost for training troops, which in itself is a win. So don't think about it as a waste at all times. Mask, the mask, always useful for behemoths. Aside from that, wasted. Let's talk about this for a moment because that is something I also encountered in my old times. At every season, there was something before at season 1, season 2 to season 1 plus. Season 1 plus and season 2. We used to suffer from reset in artifacts. Season 2 plus, season 2 plus plus is gone. Is it useful to rely on this artifact anymore for damage, buff, boost, all this? The answer is no, because let's say I maxes this out. If I maxes this out, is it useful? It was useful, but the buffs here not that good anymore. Why? Why the buffs here are bad? Well, let's find out why. Here's a buff. Buff attack, maximum stat, 18 plus 28. Buff attack, 40 plus 22. I don't need even to explain why. This plus the damage even at its basic. If I had this damage at its peak, this will apply the equivalent of the other one. And that is PvP, meaning I am using it all times. Which is better. Shadow Blade, Nib, having this ability, this 50%. It means 1800. I give the same stat damage. And it's deadly. How much? Why is this lower than this, but it is still deadly? Because at the end of the day, you must understand this is 4000 on magic. This is 3600 on Archer. Archer normal big attack. Celestials average attack. 400 less skill damage, but deadly. Basically, just to help it to be balanced. So you must think carefully about how to use the artifact. Someone would say, I am having the good artifact motions. And I'm gaining better artifacts. Are they useful or useless? The answer is both. And this is the investment we are going to talk about today at the final. Artifact useful as long as you are going to use them. If you ever invested in an artifact and that artifact turned out to be going to be on the shelf, you are also the one who will cry in the loss. Some people spend 200, 300, 400 to gain the artifact and maximum get it out. Another season came out, better artifact came out, they are crying out about the money. Let's spend those. If you want to spend on artifact, unless you are sure you will make it level 2, level 3, and you are going to invest it all the time, don't. Fun to play. Forbidden for you to come close to this event. Waste in gems, scam, not even close to what you can have. Why? Fun to play. Why it is better option? Here, every 10 times, I gain the ability to get one of this and upgrade it. Costs 0 gem. If I spend it on VIP. Spending VIP, I will get free key all time. What does free key mean? Free key means I will recycle the useless ones from epic, from normal, common, and elite. Common and elite will be recycled, epic will be recycled, common will be recycled, and I will get a Kasaki, and this cycle will give me much better upgrades to all these artifacts, which will help me a lot than crying out about the wasted opportunity to upgrade them because I can't upgrade the artifact I got. Any artifact I got from season 1 to season 2 to season 1 plus 2 plus and this 2 plus plus, all of them are wasted. Why? Unless the wheel give me a lucky time to gain another chance to upgrade this artifact, it will be wasted. And by the time I reach another one, new artifacts, much better, much effective. For example, someone has the mask. Someone has the better version of the mask, which is the artifact that had the ability to give to summon five people around you, making the 5 people around you focus target on you, making you the tankier and higher damage, much better to apply. It can be used on behemoths as long as they are near the range. All these in legendary artifact. Useful for infantry. But if you can't upgrade this artifact to level 3 at least, it is a wasted investment for low spender and front to play. So avoid it at all costs. All legendary artifacts gives you the same amount of stats and the equivalent of it. Some will give you much speed, some will give you HP. HP is better. But HP better because you can survive much longer in the battlefield. Because you will summon your tube all time. Whereas the enemy will run out of tools. Still, I can have better upgrades, I can have better stats, yes. But if your entire thing from owning an artifact is to gain level 1 from it, trust me, you will cry it out. Why? This is level 1. I have this level 2. I have this level 2. 2. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. 1. I have all these from the normal. Now let's go to my other account. 1. 1. 1. 2. 1. 1. 1. 1. What does that mean? It is completely useless to go for an artifact because you have the potential to upgrade the artifact you own, actually. So why should I sacrifice my own artifact to own an artifact that I want to upgrade more? If this is level 5, that means I will have 1000 damage factor. And I will get damage taken and all these buffs that I supposed to own. It will be 5, it will be 5, all that. And you want me to sacrifice this for an artifact just because it is level 1? Completely wasted. So for artifacts, you must understand the synergy between it and weapons, and you must understand why you are going to use this artifact for the long run. So fun to play, don't spend gems on artifacts. For low spender, unless you have saving, because the big plan will give you level 2 legendary artifact, it's wasted. It is wasted. Level 2, less than level 2 artifact in the wheel, you're lost. Well, best investment. Why? No matter how much you are going to spend it, anyway, artifacts will come and will back, but you will get the best trade. Best trade means more money to spend on this. Makes you upgrade much more resources, more gains, more skills to be used too. Look carefully here. If I have chain of strike, physical normal damage. I am well. I am having gauge. Excellent synergy. High defense stats and high attack. And like this, ladies and gentlemen, I am ending my stream. I just answered the investment in Opets and on the outfits. And what is good, what is bad, why they are good, why they are bad. Accumulation, you need to clean. You need to, all this stuff you watched it already from other videos. What I'm trying to give you is the best thing to do. Selling artifacts. Worth it, it can be. But only sell the artifact once you gain something good from the deal. For example, in my other account, I'm going to sell. Look here, 1% increasement. It will be all sold at 8% price. But look at here, much better trade. So make sure you look carefully about this because it can be go up or down. If it went down, don't sell it. It means you are selling something that was much more and you are risking that. Here, don't buy it. Why? It costs much more. It costs much more. So if it is less, here it drops. It means it has a discount. But also if you sell it, you sell it based on the discount. So you're selling cheaper, less than 80% from its value. While if it was rising, it means you are buying it in higher price and you are selling it in higher price too. More profit if you are selling, more losses if you are buying it. So make sure you understand that. Check carefully. Make sure you are selling right and you are buying right. Don't buy something in its rise. Get a discount on it every time. Higher discount, lesser discount is up to you, but be wise with your money. At the end of the day, you are the only one who will get it if it is not right. And like this, I end my stream. I showed every point, every single use of every weapon and artifact, the synergy between it and the heroes. I explained why investment in everyone is good or bad. The good is when you are making good pair with good weapon. Can they be useful? Yes. Can they be bad? Yes. Because you are using them wrong. The meta in Magic doesn't exist. The meta in Archery doesn't exist. The meta in Cavalry doesn't exist. It is your tactic that make and you build that to make anything meta. And that is what I am saying. Good luck in RTS games. I hope we will make better updates in this and much better reviews. Enjoy the game. Hope you learned something from this mini series. Good luck in the next season.